Hello, my friends. It's Jory from The Blissful Knowing, numerologist, intuitive counselor, and happiness coach. Here today to briefly discuss with you our recent energy shift. Today is November 1st, Friday, November 1st. So we've shifted into November's energies, and we actually started our shift into November's energies on October 28th. I believe that was Monday. I can barely remember. Hi, Christy. You made it. Yay. So we shifted energies on October 28th, and a lot of you did feel the shift. I made a post asking if you could feel the shift, and it was interesting to read your feedback because we had complete opposite ends of the spectrum for what you guys were feeling. And it all really does make sense in one way or another. So some of you were feeling an excitement, renewed excitement for life and optimism. That is definitely what we have shifted into with this 5 energy. But some of you were feeling very tired, and I can see how that would also come into play too, which I'll try to go over everything. The energy is very ungrounded. The new numbers we've shifted to energetically, numerologically, are 5 and 11. Hi, Lori. 5 and 11, and we're in a 3-year. None of these energies are grounded. This is definitely not a grounded month. So my advice to you is to find ways to ground. Now you can do that outside, you can do that with crystals. If you have one of my crystal power packs, you can use your hematite to ground. You can hold it, you can keep it in your pocket. If you have one of my Oregon chakra sets, hi Patrice, you can use the root chakra stone. I don't have it in front of me. It's the red color, the red jasper crystal. If you have a house vibration chart, one of my house vibration charts, you can ground your house energy. I actually had to change my house energy for this live stream. I changed it today because I could feel that I was ungrounded. And normally I like to be in a 3 house for communication when I'm doing live stream. So I went to change my house energy real quick because it's really easy. Before I got on to make it a 3 for communication, and I instantly said, no way, I can't do this. I don't feel grounded. I feel extra scattered. So I went back to, I have it in a 6 house now, which is more of a grounded energy. So if you have a house vibration chart, you could try a 4 house, a 6 house, or an 8 house to ground your energy. Hi, Billy. This is my biggest message and biggest reason for coming on is to tell you guys that there's a lot of chaos energy, whirlwind energy, lack of focus because a lot's going to be coming at you. We also have Mercury retrograde, which began October 31st, which can affect your mental clarity. So find ways to ground. Patrice, find ways to ground. Find ways to ground and find ways to get centered in the eye of the storm, in the swirling whirlwind energy, so that you can re-center and be present again. Because whereas last month we had the 4 energy, which is I have so much to do, I have a to-do list, I know exactly what needs to get done, so you felt busy from that. Well, now we have the 5 energy, which can give you freedom from responsibilities, where you could say, oh, I checked everything off my to-do list, I'm free. But the thing about the 5 is it also feels busy for a different reason. It feels busy because it has a fast-paced, chaotic energy where things can come at you out of the blue. So you may not have a list of things to do, but you may have things showing up in your face. Oh God, that needs my attention. Okay, that needs my attention. That needs my attention. And it's nonstop. This is going to be a very fast-paced month. Now that's just the 5 energy, and I haven't even really dug that deep into all the beautiful elements of the 5. I should say, and shadow side of 5. I'll try to get back to it. But we also have, hi Leona, we also have 11 energy, which is master energy, which is incredibly high frequency energy. 5 is very fast paced. I'm a 5 life path. I happen to be in a 5-year, so this 5 energy is giving me triple 5. I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute. I call it cheetah speed. So 5 is super fast. Anyway, but 11 is really, 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 really fast because it's high frequency, double digits here, master energy, high frequency energy. And when we have that 11 energy, that high frequency energy, we are able to manifest things very quickly. However, it doesn't matter what your focus is. If you have fears, those can manifest faster than normal too. If you have dreams, those can manifest faster than normal too. I'm not even making sense because I'm talking so fast. So it's like the buffer period, the distance, the time between the idea or the thought or the belief and the physical manifestation of it has shortened. So things are happening now more in our face, and we have to look at them. And this was something we really went over pretty deeply in the private live stream last Sunday. If something shows up and it's unwanted, you've got to take the time to retrace. What would I have had to believe to create this scenario in my life? Where's this coming from? What belief, what snowflake of a thought snowballed now for me to even have this snowball? So it's an opportunity to really, really look at our beliefs, especially with retrograde. We've got a chance now to reevaluate. We've got old things coming back up, patterns of behavior, people from the past, circumstances, lessons, they're coming back around, and it's an opportunity for us to respond differently. But in order to do that, we need to be able to dig deep enough and say, what is it that I'm believing that's creating this reaction in me? What is creating this pattern of behavior? What is creating this pattern of manifestation? Hi, Holly. We need to be able to look at that. That gives us the opportunity to shift the outcome and to respond differently. So let me see if I can recenter now because I got all excited because how I got on here. All right, so 11 is the energy of the visionary. It's incredibly intuitive. We also are in Scorpio season, which is incredibly intuitive too. So we've got massive intuitive energies. If you have some of my guidance decks, pull them out now. Start tapping in. That also reminds me of the importance, like I said in the beginning, of getting centered, finding your center, and really tapping into your intuition, because this 5 chaos energy and out of the blue stuff is the kind of thing that can throw you off your game, where you can make an in the moment decision that is not in your favor because you're thrown off. And that's happened to me already. So find a way to get grounded, find a way to get centered, find a way to bring the energy back down. 11 energy is crown chakra all the way up here. So we need to bring the energy back into our body. 5 energy is swirling around your head. It's just all kinds of chaos around you. Find a way to get grounded and then make a decision. Even if you have to take just 1 minute, even if things feel so chaotic where 5 energy is so impatient, where you feel like you have to act now, try to find a minute to calm yourself enough where you know that you're making the right decision in the moment, where you're back in the present moment and you can think clearly and rationally. Because if not, I was taking my cell phone over towards the bathroom to put lipstick on, and I thought, this is the kind of energy where you could just drop your phone in the toilet because it's just all over the place, and things like that can happen. And plus, retrograde, people are always talking about things like that happening, like issues with communication and technology. So strap in your seatbelts. It's a roller coaster energy, the 5 is. It can be a very exciting energy because 5 is excited about life. It has a zest for life. It is great if you have an entrepreneurial business. It's great for marketing and promoting and expansion. It's also a very curious energy. And when you combine it with the 11, which is intuition, you can really tap into things. When you say, I'm curious to know more about this, you can explore your intuition. You can go into that meditative state, or you can go to the cards and say, what do I need to know about this? So it's a great opportunity to really gain insight. Let me tell you, yep. Okay, hold on. They're talking to me. Guides are talking to me. Let me remind you with my glass analogy. By the way, it's lemon water, so if it looks nasty, it's okay. It's not nasty. It's got lemon pulp. All right, so I have to bring this out when we have 11 energy. I did this all last year. The 11 energy is a high frequency energy that buzzes and vibrates so much that it shakes the soot, okay? It shakes anything that might have been resting at the bottom to the surface, which means when it's buzzing and shaking and penetrating through us, it's going to bring up anything of a lower density up to the surface, and it's going to bring up anything of a lower vibration. So what do I mean by that? Heavy, dense, fear-based thoughts and beliefs. Hi, Sherry. The fears are coming up. They're coming up, and like I said, because we have a fast rate of return, a rate of manifestation right now, you may start to see physical evidence of those fears. Scenarios might come to you, and it's there to show you as a mirror, look, you have a belief that's out of alignment. Your job is to figure out what that belief is. That's your job. So, high frequency energy, buzzing, 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 bringing up the fears that are low, that have been buried deeply, coming up. Scorpio energy and Mercury retrograde also are known to uncover things, from what I hear. So stuff's coming up, and like I said, it can come up to the point of showing up physically in front of you as a mirror. So your opportunity is, okay, what is this showing me? What is this telling me? What would I have to believe is true to have created this reflection for myself? The high frequency energy, let me get back to what you guys told me. Some of you guys told me on the feedback when I asked how you were feeling. The high frequency energy, if you can match it, if you're aligned, if you're not holding on to heavy things and you can float up to meet it, it's up here. And if you can let go of your heavy stuff that's weighing you down, you can vibrate up to the 11, it can feel incredible. It can feel like a massive buzz surge of exhilarated, powerful energy that wants to go out and do things, and just it's extra ambitious and extra excited and extra capable. It's wonderful. But if that high energy is beaming at you and you're holding on to stuff, okay, so here's the high energy, here's the heavy stuff you're holding on to, those fears that you haven't given yourself the opportunity to process and work through. If it's beaming your way and this stuff is holding you down, you're going to feel tired. That's why you're feeling tired. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys there aren't other reasons that you might be feeling tired, but I'm saying it's a possibility that if your body is trying to match that high frequency energy but can't, and you're holding on to the heavy, it's the heavy that you're holding on to that makes you feel tired. Instead of floating up to meet the high energy, you're feeling the heaviness in comparison to the high energy. A lot of times when we have these downloads and these high frequency energies coming towards us, we have to go lay down. We have to rest, because that's the only way that we can even process those high frequencies in our body. We're physically in this physical, dense energy, earth energy. So it is hard. And when I do a session, I get all the way up there because the insight is up here. Okay, it's higher self information coming through. Non-physical guides and our higher self. So when I do a session, I have to meet them. I have to meet the guides. They come down as low as they can, but only so far. I have to meet them. So I'm raising my antenna really high, and that's why I wear grounding bands on both wrists. Sometimes I feel like I'm a rocket ship and I'm going to fly away, and I'm like, I have to be grounded enough to communicate the message to this other person who's on the phone. So after I hang up, and a lot of times by the time we do hang up, they're feeling that buzz too, because they're feeling the high frequency beaming through them. And it's a buzz. It feels like a jitter because it's a fast moving vibration. But afterward, we will both, my client and I don't know all the time what they feel after, but I tell them quite often, and I know for myself, I will feel very high and then I'll crash down because I'll come back down to earth, back down to my natural frequency, because I had to raise my frequency to get the information, but then you have to come back down in order to integrate that information. You have to come back down to your regular, normal frequency. So it feels like a crash in comparison to where we were. And I call it a spiritual hangover. So if you're feeling tired from the energy, it's because you're trying to match it, and you might be holding on to some very heavy beliefs, or maybe your body just hasn't acclimated to the high frequency. This is part of the ascension process. We're getting constantly beamed with high frequencies, and we're slowly working our way up, letting go and shedding all the old beliefs and old programming so that we can ascend to those higher frequencies and match them. But it is a process. If you're holding on to a lot of heavy stuff, it's going to be exhausting. And most people that I've talked to about their ascension journey have gone through at least one phase where they felt like all they could do was sleep or nap. So it's normal. Don't be afraid. Another ascension symptom that we've talked about before is that your memory changes, where you feel like you don't remember anything. Like if somebody says, how was your weekend? And you can't even think of like, what did I even do this weekend? I can't remember. Or what did I even do last night? It's okay. I've talked about that and how we're constantly shifting realities and timelines. And so it's like we have a whole new past. Every time we shift, we can't remember the old past. If you think of it as like guitar strings, and one string is your future and past, but you shift and hop to another string, you have a different past now, so you can't recall the past of that other string. I've also used the analogy of the spaghetti bowl, where there's a big bowl of spaghetti and you're on a noodle, you've got a past and future linear time, but then as soon as you cross another noodle, you have the opportunity to hop noodles, which means you're shifting to a totally different timeline. It's very quantum-y. So there's a lot going on between this master energy 11 and this chaotic energy of 5. It's also change and freedom, which is exciting. Like I said, it's also expansion. So it can be really, really energizing. You can have a surge, which I've been feeling for the most part, a surge of energy, but you can also have that exhaustion. You may just have the exhaustion because so much is coming at you that you're like, I can't process it all. Whether that's from the 5 or the 11, it could be both. So let me think now if there's anything else I want to tell you. Yes, there is. Hold on, let me get a drink. I wanted to tell you that the energies I'm talking about are the universal energies, but we all have a personal month and personal year energy. So if you have a personal year forecast for 2019, make sure you're looking at your forecast and reading what November is about for you. So what are your personal energies for November? What is the theme? It'll tell you what you might feel or witness. It'll tell you the keywords. It'll explain the energy. So if you have a personal year forecast for 2019, go check what November's energies are for your personal month. If you don't have a forecast, you can buy next year. I have a promotion for the 2020 personal year forecast. I'm no longer offering the 2019. However, you can still get that information. So I'm offering for if you buy the 2020 personal year forecast and you mention bonus bundle, I will send you November and December of this year so that you have the next 14 months. You have your personal month energies. So you can find out what November holds for you. You actually get the best deal if you buy now. So sales pitchy. That's so 5, isn't it? 5 is all about promoting, but if you buy the 2020, you go to theblissfulknowing.com under numerology readings, you buy the 2020 personal year forecast, and you email me your birthday, which you have to do when you order, and you say, I'd like the bonus bundle. I will send you all of 2020, and I will send you a separate mini forecast with November and December, and it will also give you the theme of 2019. So you'll have the theme of both years, and you'll have 14 total months. I hope that makes sense. So you can learn what the energy of November means for you, because you have to factor in everything. It's a kaleidoscope of energies. So for me, I happen to be in a very Zen energy, which is hilarious because I feel so much buzz from the other two energies. I do feel calmness, but I definitely feel that buzz. I'm like, okay, it's those 5 and 11. They are just. Hi, Sonia. Oh, bummer. Anyway, retrograde, we covered it a little bit. Communication issues, technology issues, bringing up stuff from the past, chance to review and reevaluate, uncovering things. 5 energy, promotion, expansion, chaos, fast-paced, freedom and change. You can also get very hungry and food-loving in the 5. If you've been pigging out, if you've been like, I call it a robot on auto feed. There's like no brain. It's like, I just got to keep eating. That's a 5 symptom. 5 loves food. It's a very sensual number. And also when we have these high frequency energies like 11 coming in, sometimes people will feel that they need to eat a lot to stay grounded, because that energy makes you kind of feel like you're floating away. It's moving, it's like levitating you because it's that high, like I said, bringing stuff up to the surface. It's like you're moving up here, up in the crown chakra. So you're like, whoa, I don't feel grounded. I have to eat more so I can weigh myself back down. Okay? There are other ways to ground, but I'm just letting you know a lot of times also during these big ascension, waves of ascension, people need more carbs. They need more fuel because the high frequency energy speeds up your metabolism. So after I hang up from a session, I'm often starving. And when I'm in between sessions, my guides will say, go refuel. If somebody's like last minute, like, hey, between sessions, can I get in? Can I squeeze in? I'll have to say, not yet. I need 15 minutes to refuel, and then I can do another session. So that's another reason why you might be hungry. Nobody's told me they're hungry. I'm just telling you, I noticed the other day that I was in massive pig out mode. I was like, there's the 5. It loves food. It's always hungry, I swear. So give yourself a break if you're tired. Give yourself a break if you're hungry. This too shall pass. Live in the moment. 5 asks us to live in the moment. Be present. Stay grounded. It's so tricky for some of us to stay grounded if you don't have a lot of grounding numbers in your chart, which if you're curious about your chart, you can get a personalized numerology reading on theblissfulknowing.com. Sandra is hungry or tired or both. I think it's hungry. There's a delay, Sandra, with the comments, so I never know what people are responding to until I watch the replay, and then I can see it all in the right timing. Anyway, guys, Sunday, I'm going to try to come back. We have daylight savings, which might throw off my schedule. So I'm going to try to come back Sunday for our weekly guidance. I wasn't here last Sunday because I did a private live stream. We did a weekly guidance in the private live stream, and everybody that participated got a reading. If you're interested in joining me for one of those in the future, a private live stream event, you can go to my group called, oh, there's my timer. I had to set a timer because I'm rushing because I'm on a schedule. My group is called Good Vibe Tribe by Jory Cooper Swick. That's just for the private live stream events. That'll make sure you get an invite to my next private live stream event. They usually sell out within a day, so you'll be one of the first notified before I talk about it publicly. So I will tag that in the bottom. I will also link the 2020 personal year forecast bonus bundle opportunity so you can find out what November and December have to offer you, as well as the entire year for next year. You'll be able to figure out your personal energies for this month so you can better align with whatever is coming at you, and you can use that energy to support you and buoy you, and you can make the most out of it. This might be a month where you're supposed to get a lot done. This might be a month where you're supposed to rest. This might be a month where you're supposed to speak your truth. This might be a month where you're supposed to let stuff go. You'll be able to find that out if you get the personal year forecast. It'll give you November, December, and then January through December of 2020. So I hope to see you guys on Sunday. Please say hi if you're watching the replay. I hope I remembered everything. I want to try to make a written post for my Facebook page, Jory's Numerology Chat, which I will link in the bottom too in the comments. I don't know if I'll have a chance, but I'm going to try to write this all up because there's a lot of things I didn't mention, I'm sure. I want to quickly say, while my timer's going, that the 11 energy also reduces to 2, which gives us an energy of peacemaking, friendship, partnership, cooperation, working together. So that's wonderful, because last month we had 1 energy focusing on ourselves, being more independent. This energy is about bringing people together with the 2. But the 11 is the higher master frequency of the 2. November is an 11 month. That's where we get the 11 from, but 1 + 1 = 2. So we're looking at both aspects there. The 5 energy comes from the 11 month. If you reduce it to 2, 1 + 1 is 2, plus the year 2019, which adds up to 3. So 2 + 3 is 5. Anyway, my timer is beeping. That means my son's going to walk in the door any minute. I don't want him to go into shock when he sees that I'm live. So I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. Thank you. I love you. Please say hi. Let me know how you're feeling this new energy. Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling hyper? Are you feeling ungrounded? Are you feeling excited? I'd love to hear it. It really helps me as a numerologist to gather feedback from all you guys, and it helps me in the future to make notes to see how everyone's responding to the different energies. So thank you. I hope to see you back on Sunday. If you can join my group, Jory's Livestream Library, you will also be notified when I'm coming on, when and if I'm coming on Sunday for weekly guidance. I'll tag that in the comments. Bye, guys.